You Talk family, what go on, what go on? This your boy D with another live show of You Talk. And y'all know how we start off every show. It ain't no me without you, baby. Kane fans. Kane fans. Oh, man. Where do we start tonight? Where do we start? Well, first I want to ask, how are we feeling, Kane fans? How are we feeling? You know, I'm not that disappointed, to be honest with you, because I told you I wouldn't set myself up again to get my feelings hurt. I told you that I thought what could happen, and I wasn't about to get overly excited about the game. I think I gave a prediction of 20-17. We end up putting up a goose egg, 14-0. La Tech over the Miami Hurricanes. Totally just unacceptable. Totally. I mean, I don't understand. Like, here it is. You would think that we would come out and we would be ready to play. Just to send the seniors out the right way and to close the season the right way. But we come out and we lay down. Lay down. I mean, it's unacceptable. I mean, I was lost for words. But we're gonna get straight into it tonight. We're not cutting any corners, and we going in. But I want to start off with our regular shout outs. And I want to give a big shout out to my engine, King Judge, KJ Production in the building. Shout out to King Judge. Shout out to Tanya and Teddy over at Catan's Fashion. Shout out to Matt Holler. Shout out to Brian Stern. Shout out to Adrian Braswell for the photos. What's up, Adrian Braswell? I appreciate it. And that music you hear in the background is by no other than Youngin' the Boy. That's that Pyrex Dreams. Pyrex Dream, that's my boy, Youngin' the Boy. What's going on? I want to shout out to all my You Talk supporters. Jamal Davis, Tim Jordan, Benny Barrett, Cyrus Sumter, Tremaine Daniels, Chris Otis, Todd Randall, Pamal, Dion Washington, Jose Martinez, Sheldon Curl, LD down there, Mo Haven, Florida. What up, LD? Diana, Lisa, Mario Beltran, Eddie Lloyd, George Lloyd, Larry, L. Bone Griffin. Shout out to Troy Wood, Toya Cook. Shout out to Rayshawn Evans, Chad Lewis, Demetrius Gray, Chris Flanagan, Melissa Cosme, David Avila. Shout out to Eric Tate. What up, B? Shout out to Cedric Tate, Q Reggie, Dara Love, Brian Maycock, James Edward Leach, LaTuan Ferguson, Danielle Carroll, and Eric and Susie Connor. I want to say shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to my North Georgia Canes group as well. Kevin Westra, Joseph Virgo, Henry Cowsey, Lavergue Day Roll, Kiki Diaz Volk, Nick McClure, Renee Alvarez, Cedric Catman Smith, Kyle Gray, Richard Watts, Alex J. Flores. Shout out to Ralph Blanco, Bruce Daniels, Malcolm E. Simmons, Larry White Jr., and a big shout out to the man that set Facebook on fire last night, Elbury Gray. I mean, he was the highlight of my night. It was so bad last night, man, I couldn't watch it, man. So, I mean, I just happened to click on Facebook, man, on a Miami Hurricane fan, and he articulated everything that I wanted to say but couldn't because I was so mad, and this dude spoke the truth. I'm going to post this on my Facebook later, man, so you guys can see this, man. Elbury Gray, what's going on, big dog? Me and him talked last night, man, about this, man. It was terrible, man. I mean, let's get into it. Let's go, man. I mean, 30 minutes before the game, I get a alert saying that Dan Enos will probably not be returning to the Miami Hurricanes as our offensive coordinator. which, like I said before, I mean, they say all of this stuff about they're not listening to the outside noise. They hear us. They hear us, guys. But find out today that Dan Enos was fired as Miami offensive coordinator. And he should be fired. But that's only one piece of the puzzle. I mean, Manny Diaz and Blake James are still there. And, you know, I know that they're not going to let Manny Diaz go after 1 year. We know this. But, again, there has to be change from the top down. What happened last night again, this is just ridiculous. I mean, okay, and now I'm hearing about the coordinators who they're talking about may possibly be candidates for coming in for the job. And the first name is Rich Rodriguez. Rich Rodriguez. I mean, Rich Rodriguez hasn't done anything. And I'm totally, I hope we're not leaning toward Rich Rodriguez. I hope we're not. Rich Rodriguez. Just a briefing about him. Overall, 163 and 119 and 2. 5 and 6 in bowl games as a head coach. And he's currently the OC at Ole Miss. I mean, like I said, we're going to be just hiring again for a name like we did with Dan Enos. Dan Enos was unproven. But Manny went with Dan Enos just because of where he came from prior to coming to us, which was Alabama. And that's what he went off of, because there were totally more candidates out there that were highly qualified over Dan Enos. So he gave Dan Enos a shot, and I still thought it was crazy for him to do that, because you're a first-year head coach, and you brought in guys with no experience, and you put them on both sides of the ball, and then you took your hands off of the defense, and you allowed this disaster that is happening in front of us to happen. And now we're hearing that, I mean, like I said, speculation that Rich Rodriguez is the top man in line for this job. And I'm hoping that's not the case, because, again, he'll be hiring just for Dane. The second person that they have, that's the candidate, is Larry Fedora. And I don't think that Larry Fedora would be a bad hire as well. I think that he should have actually got a better shot at getting the job before they gave it to Dan Enos last year. Larry Fedora, his overall record, 79-62, 3-5 in bowl games as a head coach, and he's currently an analyst for the Texas Longhorns. I mean, I liked Larry Fedora when he was with North Carolina. I didn't think he did a bad job. I thought his play calling was creative and aggressive. But I would definitely think that he's an upgrade over Dan Enos and Rich Rodriguez. Now, my choice, I've been saying this for the last 2 months, and that was David Yost from Texas Tech. 2018 semifinalist for the Broyles Award for the best assistant coach. I mean, he's had Missouri, Oregon, Utah State, and Texas Tech all in the top 15 nationally offensively. And he's currently the OC of Texas Tech. Now, again, he's done it. He's been in the top 15 nationally offensively. And he's done it with four different conferences. He's did it in the SEC Pac-12, Mount Western Conference, and the Big 12. So I tend to want to go with somebody that, you know, has done it consistently, and he showed that he can keep pace with all of the conferences. That's just my opinion. But like I said, man, we're gonna definitely have to do something, man. Like the spread offense has got to be the next thing that we go to. It has to be. You have to implement a system that fits your personnel. And we do not have the personnel to line up and try to run the football down somebody's throat. I mean, we just totally looked like we were, against a Conference USA team. We just looked like we were just outmatched against a Conference USA team. And I don't want to hear about, man, we had a lot of players that was missing and a lot of guys sat out because of the bowl. That's no excuse, man. I mean, that's no excuse to perform like we performed last night. It's totally unacceptable. And here it is now, but like I said, firing Dan Enos is just the first piece of the puzzle. I mean, we gotta find a quarterback. I mean, these 3 quarterbacks that we got, man, are terrible, man. I hate to say it, man, but it is what it is. I mean, Jaron Williams, man. I was a Jaron Williams. I was an Nkosi Porter. An Nkosi Perry supporter. But I got to get off the bandwagon. I'm sorry. We have got to get a quarterback. The quarterback play is terrible. And I can't put that on Dan Enos, man. I'm talking about just having football IQ, making right decisions as far as what you're looking at. They can't read defenses. They're trying to force passes in the coverages where guys are double and triple team. That's not on the coaches. That's on them. And, I didn't see anything out of our quarterbacks last night that make me feel like that they should even be an option next year for us. I'm just praying that this quarterback that we got coming in next year, Tyler Van Dyke, hell, even Peyton Matacha that came in this year past class that redshirted. Open competition for everything. Open competition. It gotta be, man. Benny Barrett, what's up? I see. Hey, 504 Bull, what's going on, boy? Happy holidays to you. But man, it gotta be an open competition, man. We're losing the Conference USA team. Not once, but twice. FIU and Louisiana Tech. And then we lost to Duke at the last game of the season. This is ridiculous, man. So they made Dan Enos the scapegoat. They fired Dan Enos, but we still stuck with Manny Diaz and Blake James as the athletic director. And Blake James had the nerve to say after the game that Manny Diaz, he supports Manny Diaz 100%. So, again, Cane fans, just like we rallied behind trying to get Dan Enos out of there, Manny Diaz need to be gone too, and Blake James need to be out of there as well. We need to get these clowns from out of here. That's just what it is, man. And we need to hurry up and get them from out of here because, again, we got to sit through this next year again. We got to sit through this again next year. I don't see how he's going to fix all of the blown assignments, the discipline on the team that we saw all year. And then Scott Patchen come out and say, for everybody that's asking, I've been granted a 6-year. For what? 6-year for what? You played like a freshman this year with all of the jumping off sides and penalties that you was doing, hitting people out of bounds. So I was sad to even hear that they granted him a 6-year. I wanted him to be gone. So it's like, that's on Manny Diaz. That's discipline. The penalties. We just look like, Manny Diaz just looked like he was in a whole nother world last night. Like he's always looked. You're talking about within the first 5 minutes of the third quarter, this man burnt 2 timeouts. 2 timeouts because we want to substitute every other play. For what? Why are we substituting every other play? Give guys a chance to get in there and gain some chemistry with who they playing next to. Teams study our tendencies. They see that they're trying to go hurry up. We're running guys on and off the field that can't get off the field. Then we got to use a timeout. Then Dan Enos, he can't get the offensive plays in quick enough. So we got to burn timeouts. It's just an undisciplined football team. And that starts with Manny Diaz. And I'm going to keep saying it until he's gone. Dan Enos is gone. Manny Diaz should have been gone. So we gotta stick together, Cane fans. We gotta get this trash from out of here. We got a clean house. Just getting Dan Enos from out of here, that ain't gonna solve our problems. Because like I say, even if they did hire my candidate, David Yost, offensive coordinator for Texas Tech to come in. We still ain't got a quarterback. We still don't have a quarterback. Still. It's ridiculous. We don't know who our quarterback going to be. I mean, Tate Martell get in the game. And I said on the last show that I wanted to see Tate Martell. I did. Tate Martell get in the game, running around, just running. Not looking downfield. It's like, man, if anything, if you don't see anything, roll out and throw the ball away. Tate Martell ran out and lost a yard on a scramble. Tate Martell, it's like, don't take the sack, throw the ball away. Like, this is ridiculous. And what was Jaron Williams doing on the last play going into halftime? What was he throwing? I mean, you're not even going to throw the ball up to even give us a chance to make a play. I mean, Mark Pope caught a Hail Mary early in the year, but Jaron Williams decided he want to scramble. Slow and unathletic Jaron Williams. What were you going to do? What were you thinking? I mean, he didn't even, and then Dan Enos running behind him at halftime screaming at him, mad. I mean, it's just funny, man. Like, it's just turned into it's just a show, man. It's terrible. I got Florida State fans, man, talking trash to me on Facebook. I mean, even though we beat them, man, but it's just ridiculous, man. Like, it's bad. It's bad down at the U right now. And my question is, man, I'm asking all of the former players, man, I'm begging y'all, go down there and Debo your way into the facility to get down there to try to help this program get turned around. Brian McKinney, I hear you. Keep on trying to get back down there to develop this offensive line. Please, Brian McKinney, get back down there to go help. Please. I mean, I wouldn't even be opposed with Ken Dorsey coming down to be a quarterback's coach. I mean, he's one of the best quarterbacks that ever came through Miami. We need former players down there, man, because Manny, the program is already set behind 5 years. He going to set us back another 20 years. So we got to do something. Shout out to Kimbo Lee. Kimbo Lee, what's up, girl? I see you, Kimbo Lee. But we gotta do something, man. We just can't get rid of Dan Enos and leave it like that. Manny has got to go. We got to do something else, man. This is ridiculous. I was sick last night. I had people asking me to go on and do a live last night. I was so mad I couldn't even talk. But like I said, I had a gentleman on Facebook that, I mean, he was spitting straight facts, man. And I mean, he took Facebook over, and I tell you, man, everything he said was just on point, man. Like, we looked like a high school, our offense looked like a high school football team is what he said last night, and we did. That was embarrassing. I mean, I think we may have punted 5 straight times. I mean, Jaron Williams throwing balls behind receivers. I mean, we were told that Jaron Williams was supposed to be the most accurate quarterback we had. I couldn't tell last night. I couldn't tell. I mean, underthrowing receivers, and he had time. The offensive line didn't play bad in the first quarter. They didn't play bad the first half to me. I mean, he had time. He was just missing guys. I mean, it's just like they are so inconsistent. And until we get consistent quarterback play at that position, I'm sorry, y'all, it's going to be another long year next year. And you know, much as I want to go to the spread offense, and I think it fits us best, I mean, without a quarterback, I mean, I'm sorry, because you can't sit here and tell me we hope that the offensive line gets better, but that ain't no guarantee that the offensive line is going to get better. It's not. So, you know, that was the problem with Dan Enos, man, that he couldn't make adjustments. He could not make adjustments when we needed him to. I mean, he was stuck in his ways, and he wanted to stick with his offense. And then he wanted to always look like the smartest person in the room, and that got him fired. And he deserved to be fired. So it's like, you know, let's bring somebody in that's proven, and let's bring somebody in that will implement a system that fits our players. I mean, like I said before, we have guys that got to plan out a position. Amari Carter is not a safety. Amari Carter should be playing either at the striker position or Amari Carter should be playing an outside linebacker. I mean, I looked at a couple of the young guys last night. I didn't think they did bad. I seen Sam Brooks last night. Sam Brooks is definitely going to have to put on some weight. I think he's like 210. I seen him getting pushed around a little bit last night, but I think that will come, over the offseason with the strengthening coach. Jafari Harvey, he didn't look bad when he got in last night as well. But, I mean, the guys just look like they just look like they're just unprepared, man. Unprepared week in and week out. We see the same thing week in and week out. And it's like, when are we going to start seeing results? Are we supposed to wait to see the results under Manny Diaz? I don't think it's going to happen. Even if, I think Jamal Davis said, even if he came back and won 9 games next year, that's still unacceptable. But I don't even see that. I don't see Manny Diaz being able to take us back to where we need to be. And that's not me being negative. That's just me being a realist and telling the truth. I'm not a delusional Kane fan. I'm a real fan, and I tell what I see. I don't just throw up the U and wear the shirts and I'm just gonna be saying, yeah, go Miami just because. We got issues. We got major issues down at the University of Miami, and it's gonna take a whole lot to get this cleaned up. A whole lot. And you got a clean house. And like I said before, just thinking that Dan Eno's going is gonna solve our problem, that's just one piece of the puzzle. Manny Diaz, Blake James has got to go. I mean, we're gonna have to get these guys out of here. We're gonna have to. And I seen a lot of I seen Shaq Quarterman. I want to say big shots out to Shaq Quarterman, man. I mean, Shaq Quarterman played when he didn't have to play, and he played hard the entire game. It was only a couple of guys that I just really seen going all out. I thought Al Blades did. I thought he played good. I thought Al Blades was out there competing. And I seen Shaq Quarterman, man, trying to get the guys riled up. And it was just hard to watch, man, because, he was my favorite player on UM. And I hate to see him go out like that. But I wish him the best going to the next level and playing at the NFL. I do. But we're going to have to get some leaders. We got to find some leaders on this team, man. Where's the leadership going to come from on the defense? Who's going to be the next alpha dog to step up and want to step up and say that this is unacceptable? Shike is going to be gone. Who's going to be the next guy? I just heard today that Trajan Bandy is declaring to go pro. And again, good luck. I definitely don't think he's ready. But hey, good luck. But there's gonna be more room to play in the secondary now. And we had been hearing that he was going pro. We had been hearing that. So he announced it after the game last night. And he said he's going pro. So Corey Couch, Christian Williams, and we have a lot of other young guys, man, that's going to have an opportunity to play. D-Juice, what's going on, D-Juice, a.k.a. Angie Valdez, what's going on? D-Juice. But, yeah, man, we're going to definitely, it's going to be a lot of playing time in the secondary for guys to come in and play. So we're going to see who wants to compete. Open competition. That's what we need. At every position. Open competition. That's what we need. So, no guys should be promised anything. No guys. Everybody should have to come in to compete. And that's just the way it is. I haven't seen not one player deserving of anything, especially at the quarterback position. They were saying last year before the season started that Jaron Williams was considering transferring. Bye. If you want to transfer it, bye. I mean, because I just don't see the development. I don't even see guys looking like they want to get better. It's sad, man. It's just a sad day to be a Hurricane. It is. I'm disappointed. Like I said, I'm a fan. I'm gonna be a fan to the end. But this is just, man. This just makes you want to throw up as a Cane fan, man. I mean, I couldn't even. I had people calling my phone last night, man. And I just was ignoring the phone, man. Just looking at it, just mad. I mean, it's a shame, man, that we just came out and laid down against another Conference USA team in Louisiana Tech. And I'm not taking nothing away from Louisiana Tech. They're not a bad football team, but there's no way that Miami should lose to Louisiana Tech. I mean, we couldn't even move the ball on Louisiana Tech. I mean, it's unreal, man. It doesn't make any sense. I'm talking about time of possession. Louisiana Tech had the ball for 31 minutes and 26 seconds. Miami, 28 minutes and 34 seconds. Total yards. Louisiana Tech, 337. Miami, 227. We had a total of 227 yards of offense. That is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Passing yards. Louisiana Tech, 163 yards passing. Miami, 153 yards passing. Rushing. They rushed for 174 yards. 174 yards, y'all. Miami rushed for 74. We rushed for 74 yards, guys. 74. That is terrible. But Dan Eno still wanted to call play action plays. When the run wasn't even effective. We're still trying to run play action. First downs, 18 for Louisiana Tech. Miami, 15. And turnovers. Louisiana Tech had 3 turnovers that they caused. Miami 1. And Gilbert Frierson on that interception, he was trying to score you guys. He was trying to get there. Because I know the defense had to be like, man, this is ridiculous. And, because they couldn't even move the ball on Louisiana Tech. And the defense was trying to get that ball in the end zone. They tried. But it's like, wow. Dan Enos, his offense, we've been saying it all year. Terrible. Straight garbage. And I'm glad that it came down. I'm glad they got him out of there. I'm so glad. Bye. We need to bring somebody in that knows what they're doing, that know how to make adjustments. I mean, coming up to the line of scrimmage, man. Like I said, teams watch us. Teams study tape. It seems like we're the only team. I got a caller. Let's see what we got. Oh, caller, I'm sorry. I think I hung up on you. I'm sorry, caller. You can call back if you want. I'm sorry. But, I mean, I swear, man, teams watch us. Teams watch our tendencies. They look at us. And we act as if, like, we don't study tape. We don't. We walk up to the line of scrimmage, and we don't do no pre-snap audibles whatsoever. Got a caller. It's you talk. Caller, state your name and where you're calling from.
Man, this is Benny Barrett, man.
Benny Barrett, what's going on?
But let me tell you, man, I'm so mad. I'm on my way to Florida to go whoop some people right now, man. I can't take this no more.
Benny Barrett, you feel like I feel, Benny Barrett. What did you think about that disaster that you saw last night in the Independence Bowl?
I mean, I don't even know what you want to call it. I mean, I wouldn't even call. I mean, it's like throwing up in your mouth. I mean, it was like using the bathroom on yourself. It was terrible. It was plumb terrible. And if I'm not mistaken, I called this last week. Even as a great fan, I always want you to win. But when we call you talk, we just talk real. I said we wasn't going to win it because these boys are going to come out with the heart to play. And they didn't. And it's so sad. I mean, not even, we didn't get on the board. We didn't get a touchdown, a field goal. We didn't even pinch nobody at the bottom of the pile. You know what I'm saying? So they make them think we was out there. I mean, are you serious? They did what they wanted to do, and we need to clean out. I mean, you got rid of one coach. You need to get rid of all of them. Everybody's locker need to be clean. Everybody need to go. I wouldn't even pay him for the last week. I wouldn't pay him. For what? What would I pay him for? I'll pay you to coach a program, you know what I'm saying, to do your job. These coaches did not do their job. So why am I pay you? You want a full-time check for some part-time work that y'all did.
It ain't even part-time work.
You're right about that. They was doing student hours. They was going to there 4 hours a week. You're right. They was doing student hours. It was terrible, D.
It was, man. And you know, I don't understand. Like I say, you know, yeah, Dan Enos should have been gone, definitely. But like I said, that's one piece of the puzzle. What do you think about Blake James giving Manny Diaz 100% biking and say that he still believes in him?
Really? I mean, really? How dare you say that? What made you have in your mouth? Sometimes some people, I don't know what goes through their mind. I don't know what they say. Common sense ain't always common to everybody, and that is so true. Watching this game the other day, it has to be, and then watching what they're saying in these press conferences. There's no way in the world you can travel and say, "Oh, this coach is." Are you kidding? What planet are y'all on? Y'all are not on the same planet Earth that we've been watching these hurricanes play on.
Right.
Them guys have no reason in the world to have on orange and green, man.
That's true.
For real. I would rather know I'm gonna be sorry with some sorry folks out there than go grab this so-called talent and still be sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I said, man. Like even with the coaches that they're talking about considering bringing in, the new offensive coordinators. I don't know if you heard me earlier.
From Ole Miss. Are you kidding me?
Rich Rodriguez. And, you know, like I said, we still need a quarterback, Benny. We don't have a quarterback. Even if we went to the spread offense, we still need a quarterback. We don't have any quarterbacks.
Let's go a little deeper than that, D. Who's going to block for who's going to need to sell them? You're going to get paid money for them boys right now. You're going to put Tom Brady back there. If we can't sustain a block for longer than 2 seconds, it don't matter who's back there trying to throw a ball. It's not going to happen. We need to fine tune and build our foundation. If you build a house on sand, what's going to happen when the wind blows? It's going to fall. Or when it get wet, it's going to crumble. We need some concrete down there. We need some offensive linemen. We need somebody who's guaranteed to block. Some people that got some weight on them. That can lay on somebody, can hold the block, and get a quarterback time to throw. Then we can get a quarterback that know how to read the defense. Study your playbook. What are y'all doing? Study film. Read the defense. Mm-hmm. You got a week in advance to read what these defensive coverages and what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Some of these people don't want to study their craft. You want to know what made the great ones great? They studied. Mm-hmm. They studied. What makes a linebacker great? They study the eyes of the quarterback. What makes a quarterback great? He can read when this man, his knuckles turn this color, or he leans back, or he rocks back. Those things are the great players study of their opponents so they can have their advantage. Mm-hmm. These guys think they just go ahead and listen to the coach and don't do no studying. It's not going to work. You can go to class all day and the teacher tell you A to Z. But if you don't go study and they ask you what's the 23rd letter in the alphabet, if you didn't study, if you didn't know it, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it.
It's bad.
You have to sometimes. And part of this, I have to go with Mr. George Lord. Some of this is on the players too.
Yeah.
Definitely the coaches, but some of this is on the players. Coming out there with your head down, you're already defeated before you get on the field. You're not even thinking that you can win the game. You're not even thinking you're going to be out there and being compatible with these other guys. You come out there, we do one turnover, one interception, and we act like we don't won the Super Bowl, and we can't even score.
Yeah.
Man, the alumni is throwing up. We throwing up as fans. You know, it's just sad, man.
Yep.
I mean, okay, granted, we're in the Independence Bowl. We should have been in the bigger bowl, of course. We all agree with that. But even being in the Independence Bowl, at least go out and let's win a bowl. We can't even go win a bowl. We get shut out in the bowl. We don't even come to compete. And you want to talk about y'all are Miami players? Y'all should be ashamed to put them jerseys on and walk around campus. You should be ashamed to tell anybody y'all play for Miami.
But you know, the crazy part about it too is, you know, you look at the other teams that are, the 4 teams that are playing in the college championship: Oklahoma, Clemson, Ohio State, and LSU. You look at those teams and then you try to let's just put Miami with them teams. They ain't even close, dude. That's why I say the program is so far behind. Like it's sad. We couldn't play with none of those teams on no level.
Nope.
On no level.
Yep.
And it's like wow, that's Miami, man. But it's like we don't even stack up even close to neither one of those teams. So it's like we're so far behind, man. It's like, what is it gonna actually take to catch up? Because, you know, I'm looking at Twitter today, and Brian McKinney, he's like, you know, he's been asking to come back to help with the offensive line. We're talking about one of the Miami greats, man, that played on that championship team, that 2001 team. You know, we talking about an all-pro. We're talking about a guy that can come back and make a difference. And they won't even accept the help of some of these former players that want to get back down on campus to try to turn this thing around, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But,
I mean,
you know, man,
it's sad.
It's sad, bro. It's sad. It's a sad day to be a Cane, man. Like I say, I know we're going to always support. We're going to always wear that green and orange, man. But it's like you say, man, on this show, man, we're going to keep it real, man. We're going to keep it real always. And we just got to see, man. We got to see because, like I said, it's not going to matter who they bring in there at offensive coordinator. I mean, we're going to have to find a quarterback. We got to find a quarterback. Yeah. We got to find a quarterback, and we got to get that offensive line developed. We got to. So, Benny Barrett, man, I appreciate
at least one side. We'll get one strong side or something, man. Give us a strong side.
Yeah,
I mean, this is where these guys should want to go out and fight for a position. This is where you can earn something right now.
This way you can earn something.
They got to do a gut check, man. They got to do like Michael Jackson. Look at the man in the mirror, man.
Yeah.
They got to look at themselves and say, "What? Why did I pick Miami?
Yeah.
Why am I here?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they got to pick it up, man. Or get out the way. Get out the way.
Get out the way. Get out the way.
Yeah,
but you got to also have a coach that can come in here and coach up this talent, man. You got, and I just don't think that Manny Diaz, and I think that until we get rid of this athletic director, Blake James, until we get rid of these two clowns, I just don't see I don't see the program trending up, man. But we'll see, man. But Benny Barrett, man, I appreciate the phone call, man. Always a good take, man, and safe travels down there to Florida, man.
Most definitely, man. All right, brother.
All right, man. All right, man. You have a good night.
All right, later.
That was Benny Barrett, man, with a great take, man. And he's right, man. Like, these guys need to look in the mirror. These guys need to look in the mirror and do a gut check. Why do you have on the uniform? Why did you come to Miami? I mean, do you know the tradition on what it is to be a Cane? Do you? Because it doesn't look like it right now. I mean, we just have guys down. We just have guys, man. We just got guys. We just got bodies. We need some dogs. And I only seen a couple of dogs on that field last night. I only seen a couple of dogs that wanted to compete. And like I say, you only saw one piece of the puzzle with getting rid of Dan Enos. We got to pray that we find a quarterback. We got to pray that this offensive line will develop. Oh, it's gonna be the same movie next year, y'all. That's just being real. It's gonna be the same thing next year. We gotta pray that the guys want to get in the gym, get in the weight room, and get stronger. We gotta hope that the guys want to study film, study their craft, and perfect their craft. We gotta call them. It's you talk. Call us. State your name and where you're calling from.
What's up? What's up? It's Jamal from Florida.
Jamal from Florida. That's my guy, Jamal Davis. Just Jamal Davis, man. Jamal Davis. Talk to me, man. Talk to me about what you saw last night, man. What did you think, man, about that disaster?
Where do you want to start?
Well, I'm gonna let you start.
Where do you want to start?
You tell me, caller, where you want to start at, man. I mean, you give me your take.
I got to take my hat off to the defense. The defense did all they could do. I got to give it up to them. They did all they could do against a terrible team where the offense couldn't move the ball. I think you said that you had 5 straight punts. No, you had 6 straight punts and a fumble up and down. 7 times you had the ball. You punted 6 of the times and fumbled 1. Straight punts. Punt. I looked at the punt thing, man. It looked like you had about, man, that kicker should be so right now. Kick that ball so much.
They wore him out. They wore him out last night.
They wore him out, man.
Yeah, he definitely earned his scholarship last night.
Man, I feel for y'all, man. You know, I always want Miami to do well, man. But I feel for the program, man. And you got your you got your athletic director saying that he got faith in Manny Diaz. His ass be going to screw the language.
Yes.
He'll be out of that too.
Yes. And
you can have faith with him. You can have faith with him looking for another job.
Yes, exactly, man. I mean,
man, that's uncalled for, man. To lose to Louisiana Tech, man. Just look at it, man. Better than they did with Duke. It seemed like they got worse.
It seemed like they got worse. It seemed like they get worse every week. Every week it seemed like they get worse, man. I mean, it seemed like they don't even. It's just, you would have thought that they'd have came out and tried to play hard for the seniors, man. That they would have just tried to go out on the right note.
And he knows he's the scapegoat. He's the scapegoat, man.
Definitely.
He's the scapegoat.
Definitely.
He's the scapegoat. Cause all that mess needs to go.
Definitely. He is the scapegoat. And it's just like I said earlier. I don't know if you was listening. But like I said, that that's just one piece of the puzzle, getting rid of Dan Enos, man. We got problems. We got issues, man. You still don't know who your quarterback is. You still gotta pray to God that this offensive line develops, or they bring in more talent to compete on the offensive line to try to get better next year.
I'm sitting here looking at the game, and I'm looking at you going through your quarterback, and I'm sitting here like, man, ain't nobody ready. Man, it's Louisiana Tech, man.
Louisiana Tech, yes. Louisiana Tech.
I mean, you know, I know all of them college players and everything, man, but Miami got more talent than that, man.
Of course they do.
Miami a better football team than that, man. And I just heard you say that you don't think they could compete with the teams that's up there now in the playoffs. Like I say, man, they competed against Florida. I know it was the beginning of the season, but you competed against Florida, and Florida competed against LSU.
Yeah, but again, Florida ain't the same team that they were when we played them at the beginning of the year. And do I think that we can compete like that against Florida if we played Florida right now? Absolutely not. No, we couldn't. And I mean, Miami is not the same. Miami don't look like the same team.
With all due respect, Miami can't compete with nobody right now.
They can't. Absolutely not. And it's not with all due respect.
Nobody,
it's the truth.
man.
It's the truth. They can't compete with anybody. I mean, you've lost the two.
They can't compete with nobody right now. I believe if they played Florida State again, Florida State would have beat them.
Probably. Probably. I wouldn't doubt that, to be honest with you. They haven't
But
showed
you know
me.
what happened, man? The guys gave up on the system, man. That's all what's going on. They gave up on the system. That's why the boy going out early. He know he might not be ready.
Yeah.
But I might as well go try to get me some money now before I stay in this mess and get hurt.
Oh, definitely. I definitely don't fault him for going to go get his money. I definitely don't fault him for that, man. I mean, I wouldn't stay around either, man, for this because, like I said, at the end of the day, you know, no matter who you bring in at offensive coordinator, you still don't have a quarterback. And until you get a quarterback and until you get an offensive line that can prove that they can hold blocks or even look like an offensive line just a little bit, I mean, you're going to be in trouble. And I don't think that Manny Diaz is the guy that can coach up this talent. I don't.
Save your line. Save your line. Man, I mean, why you keep running in the teeth of the defense? And you see you ain't getting nothing.
You know, I couldn't understand, like I said, I think I was talking to Eddie Lord about this, man. Like, you know, we act like we don't watch film, and we act like teams don't watch film on us. Like, teams sit there and watch us. Teams watch us come up to the line of scrimmage. Teams see us. We don't do no pre-snap audibles. Like, we watch players walk up and finna blitz, and we don't even check out the plays. Even if you don't feel like, hold on, even if you don't feel like that your players, even if you don't feel like that your players are able to be able to read coverage, then do what every other team in America does. Have them look over to the side and get the play from the sidelines, but be able to check into a different play and don't just run straight into the blitz when you see that they're coming on a zero blitz. Like Dan Enos just has no creativity, and he didn't have nothing to stop the bleeding on offense to try to help the offensive line or his quarterback. Go ahead.
Well, I look at it like this, man. Good coaches make in-game adjustments. And I see no in-game adjustments. Every game y'all play, I have seen no in-game adjustment. Now, I've seen it on the opposite side, like last night. That dude, they coach made adjustments in the game. During the game, he made adjustments. And he kept y'all off balance.
Yeah, I mean, again, man, it's another reason why I say, man, you know, it's not just like you said, Darren Enos is the scapegoat, and you know, Manny is still there, and we got.
And like I told you the other day, he might come back next year, win 19 games, and everybody gonna be praising him, but he's not the coach. That defense, you won last year off of that defense because, I mean, you had exceptional players and the players won. But that's a garbage defense.
Yeah, and
he stayed in a base defense. He stayed in his base defense.
Yes.
They come out with 5 wide eyes. He's gonna stay with that base defense and be getting beat all over the field.
I said this a long time ago, man. He stays in a 4-3. He don't know how to. He has no nickel. He don't have a dime defense. He don't care. He's gonna stay in the same base defense, no matter if they come out in a spread set with 4 wide receivers, and he's gonna try to put linebackers matched up on wide receivers. I mean, and that's Manny Diaz, man. That's Manny Diaz. That's not Blake Baker, because that's Manny Diaz defense. That's Manny.
Correct. But you know, I said to myself, I said, I looked at everything over. I said, man, I don't understand what's going on, but somebody higher up in the athletic director need to go to the athletic and say, hey, you and Manny Diaz can get out of here. Because that's Miami football, and it's unacceptable. Everybody talking about, but he only been there a year. You got to give him time to grow the program. That man is not going to grow that program.
He's not. I mean, and
You got to know football.
that's right, and he does it. He does it, and you know, Dan Enos. Hey, he gone. Manny need to be gone, and Blake James. And like I said on this show, I'm campaigning to get both of them out of there. We got Dan Enos out of there. Manny needs to go, and Blake James need to go as well.
Don't forget the athletic director.
That's Blake James. That's the athletic director.
Oh, okay.
So
he need to go.
Yeah, man. But Jamal Davis, I
But
appreciate
hey, man,
the phone call, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, man.
No.
Keep
Go
your
ahead.
head up, though, man.
Go ahead. You had another point.
But
Go
I
ahead.
tell you this, man. Yeah, I tell you this right here, D, man. It's good that the quarterback for Louisiana Tech was garbage because if he was better, it'd have been 35-0, man.
It would have been ugly. I mean, just think that we lost to a basic team like that, man. And what that says about us, we're terrible.
And it was, but the guys gave up after that interception, and they didn't score. They gave up, man.
Yeah, they did, bro.
They gave up.
They did.
They gave up. I mean, they gave up. Hey, it's whatever. And then they had the audacity to talk junk on the field. They talking junk to the other players on the field and getting beat.
Yeah. Yep.
Man, I'd be so embarrassed right now. Like, I'd be ashamed to wear that jersey.
Most definitely, man. Jamal Davis, man. Listen, man. I appreciate your take, man.
Hey, man, it's pitiful, man.
Hey, man.
Hey, I don't know what to say about this mess, man.
We'll definitely be talking, man. I'm sure, man. Pretty soon, man.
But just look at it, man. The last 3 games, 3 losses. You shouldn't have lost.
Right.
I don't understand it, man.
Right.
I don't understand it, man.
Definitely, man. All right, man. Well, listen, man. You drive safe, man.
Hey, I heard somebody say it looked like a high school team. No, that looked like a Pee Wee League team.
They did.
That was no high school team. That was a Pee Wee League team.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely, man. Hey, man. Listen, man.
You know how? Yeah, I know you got to go, man.
All right, man. Drive safe, man. Later. All right. How was Jamal Davis, man? Listen, man, he was starting to make me mad all over again, man. All right, man. Yeah, we look like a high school. Then he went to talk about we look like a Pee Wee League team. Listen, man, bye. We get it. It's terrible, man. It's bad at the U right now, man. It is, man. Everything you guys are saying is true. Everything. Shout out to D Juice, a.k.a. Angela Valdez in the building. Shout out to D Juice. Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. This is ridiculous, man. It's sad, man. It's sad, man. I mean, we're gonna have to definitely, we got to clean house. Benny Barrett, man. Benny Barrett, what's going on? We're gonna definitely have to clean house, man. We got to clean house. We got to get rid of all of these coaches, man. And like I said before, man, it starts at the top. Blake James has got to go. Manny Diaz has got to go. I mean, I just can't. Everybody's saying the same thing. Everybody's saying the same thing. You know, like I said, they hear us, y'all. You see that they got rid of Dan Enos. They made him the scapegoat. He's the first. Now we got to get Manny and we got to get Blake James from out of here. We got to do this all over again. We got to start over, man. I don't see this getting any better than what it is, y'all. I don't see Manny being able to turn around this program. I just don't. I mean, it's not getting better. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. So if you think just getting the offensive coordinator out of here is gonna help the cause, Dan Enos was not just the problem with what's going on at the University of Miami. He's not. You got quarterback issues. You got a head coach problem issue. You got an athletic director that knows nothing about football and just wants to give guys jobs just because their fathers used to be, the head coach's father used to be the mayor of Miami. You got offensive line problems. You got kids that are not buying into what he's selling. You got discipline problems. I mean, it's ridiculous. Linda English, what's going on? I mean, you got issues all across the board. And just firing one of the coaches, man, thinking that's gonna, put a Band-Aid and gonna keep us quiet, that ain't gonna happen. Not on this show. Like I said, we got to clean house. And that's just what it is. So, again, man, all of the callers, man, everything that they said, they were on point. I agree 100%. And we're going to stay on these coaches. We're going to stay on these players. We ain't let none of y'all off the hook. We're gonna demand better from here on out. We calling for all of you guys. If you don't want to be a part of the University of Miami and help turn this thing around, if you ain't coming in, man, wanting to put in the work, then don't come. Go somewhere else. Don't come to the U. If you were thinking that you're gonna come down to the U and you thinking that a position gonna be given to you, if you don't want to compete, if you don't want to hold up to the standards that the greats behind me done put in the word and done set the path and paved the way for you guys, don't come to the University of Miami. Go somewhere else. We don't want you at the U. We want players that want to come down there to be great and that want to carry on the legacy. Because this what y'all putting on display right now is definitely not the standard and it's not what we used to. So again, wanted to go on live tonight and wanted to express my frustrations with the program and my frustrations with the head coach and the athletic director. One down. Oh, we got a phone call, man. We got one more phone call we're going to get in. It's You Talk. Call us, state your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, this is Danielle from McCoy.
Danielle from McCoy, what's going on? Talk to me, Danielle, man. Talk to me, man.
Hey,
I've been waiting on you to call. I've been waiting on you. I know you got a lot to say, cuz, and I'm gonna let you go, boy. I'm gonna let you go just like Jamal Davis and Benny Barrett. Cause boy, they done made some good points, man. Come on with it, cuz. Talk to me, man.
Hey, excellent point. The whole thing is the saying is, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck.
It's a damn duck.
That's what Manny Diaz is. That's what James Blake is. That's what they are, ducks. They have no clue what's going on with this program. Hey, we need to get them out of there. I think that we need to get a petition going. I think we need to call the athletic office every day. We need to get this guy. We need to get this guy out of here. We need to call the front office of Miami University and flood the president office with calls and messages, emailing. Man, we need to get a petition going. Get these clowns up out of here, man, because they're ducks. Hey, man, we're not going anywhere with this.
Yes.
This is trash.
Yes, I agree 100%. We're not going anywhere, man. And, they use Dan Enos as the scapegoat, you know what I'm saying, to try to thinking that they're going to patch up the wound, man, and, that'll shut them up for a little while. Absolutely not. Absolutely. No, they need to be gone.
Yesterday, they needed to be gone. This is, I don't understand, a college football team scores 0 against a Conference USA school, and it wasn't like their defense was better. No, their offense and defense were horrible too.
Yes,
they can't score.
Yes, you couldn't even move the ball. On a Conference USA team.
I'm gonna say this. I'm not surprised because the last few games of the season, we saw what was coming.
Yep.
We saw what was coming. I watched the game probably first quarter. I think, probably not. I didn't even finish the first quarter. Actually, no, I'm not gonna stay in this house and watch this crap because I know where we're going. It's the same. It's the same program.
It's the same
all this season. Yes. And it seems like this team has gotten worse.
It seems like they gotten worse. Exactly. I mean, and you would have thought that because it was the last game, excuse me, because it was the last game of the season, that they would have came out and played with some intensity, with more fire. I mean, I hated to see Shaq Quarterman over there, trying to get them that prep talk, trying to get them up. I mean, because you look at guys like him and, little Jimmy Murphy, them guys got heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, they the definition of what Miami, football players are supposed to look like, man. And it's a shame that it's only a handful of them guys that's on the team. And I felt bad for him. Then to hear Blake James. Did you hear Blake James after the game say that Manny Diaz has his support 100%? Did you hear that?
Yeah, that's why I said that he needs to go.
It's something, ain't it? It's something.
How can you stand behind this coach when he's shown absolutely nothing?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. He showed us nothing. Nothing. And it's
I think it was you.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think it was you that was saying that, okay, a first-year head coach went out to get a first-year offensive coordinator, a first-year defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
How can you bounce ideas off someone when they're first year as well, and you are too? Right.
And here it is. Blake Baker, he was the defensive coordinator for the team that we played against last night, but that was in Conference USA. It was like Manny. He was just all wrong from the beginning for taking his hands off the defense at the beginning of the year and trusting his defense, something that you specialized in and something that you build your brand on. You just took your hands off of it and you let this man come in here and take over the defense when you should have just been like, okay, I already got a new offensive coordinator. I don't know how he's going to do, but just let me make sure that the defense doesn't falter, and let's just see where the offense. But you got off the defense and you decided to get back on the defense 6 games into the season when the season was already over. When the defense started playing bad. It was ridiculous. It's terrible.
I don't understand. You remember when he was in Texas, Mike Brown got rid of him, fired him, Manny Diaz?
Yep.
And I was just thinking, I was sitting up here thinking earlier, you remember when Mark Richt was there and once Manny Diaz went to Temple, that's when Mark Richt retired. Because I'm thinking that there's some in-house squirmage with them too as well. Because I think Mark Richt knew that this guy would not make a good head coach.
I think so too. And
just my intuition. I don't know, but
as well, man. Like you said, I think I recall you saying as well that I know Temple happy right now. They dodged a bullet.
Oh my God!
Even though they got blowed today by North Carolina, but I mean, I know that they still had a better season than what we had. So I know that they happy that they didn't get that for real.
So, listen, they have something to build around. We have nothing to build around.
We have nothing.
We got to go out. We got to go out and clear land again and try to put a foundation back up again.
Yep.
Because we have nothing. We don't have a quarter. We have 3 quarterbacks, and none of them are worthy to say, okay, this is my starting quarterback going into next season.
That's scary.
Neither one of them.
And see, that's the part that's scary, because it's like, okay, why would you keep Manny? And it's like start over, because we're going to be starting over anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to hope that the guy that they signed, the 4-star pro-star quarterback, Tyler Van Dyke, you're going to have to pray that this guy can come in and catch up. Like, there's no such thing like now players coming in that got to wait to be developed. We don't have time for that. Correct. If you good, we need you to play. You know what I'm saying? Because the guys that's supposed to be stepping up, they're not being developed and they're not developing. So it's like, we need competition. We need guys that can step in, that can come in and immediately help the program. Because, the offensive linemen, now granted, they were Zion Nelson and most of those guys on the offensive line, with the exception of the center, Corey Gaynor, those guys was pushed in to start because we didn't have anybody that was worth nothing, that the upperclassmen that could start and let them guys develop, let them get stronger. That's how bad it is. Those freshmen linemen and those guys are supposed to be able to red shirt and they're supposed to be able to get their bodies ready, but we don't even have our upperclassmen good enough that can play and get those guys time to get ready. That's bad.
That's all. I have never seen a Miami program look like that.
It's bad. It's bad.
It is bad. And guess what? It's going to take more than a year to fix this.
It's going to take more than a year.
It's that bad.
It's going to take more than a year.
It's that bad. That's why I say that we need to go ahead and get rid of Manny and get rid of the AD as well.
Yep.
And let's just start over.
Let's just start over.
Because we're going to have the same this year, like we had this year for next season.
Yep.
I already see it. I already see the forecast.
Yeah, and what gives us any hope that it's going to be any different? What?
None.
This past game, the game before
we don't
that,
have a quarterback.
Right. The game before that, we lost. We ended the season on 3 straight losses. So what gives us?
Correct.
What gives us any imagination that it's going to be any different? And like you say, we coming into the season with no quarterback. We haven't had a consistent quarterback all season, and we're going into the end of the year. We finished the year, and we still don't know who the damn quarterback gonna be. We don't know who we gonna have. We don't know who's gonna slip up.
No clue, because those 3 that we have on the roster now, man, we're in bad shape.
We're in bad shape.
Wow, we're in bad shape.
And then you gotta pray. You gotta hope that the offensive line develops. We gotta hope that the offensive line develops.
I don't see it, because if they haven't developed by now, man, something is wrong.
Yeah.
Because we had 3 weeks to prepare for this bowl game.
Yes.
We came out flat.
We came out flat. We came out like we didn't want to be there. And then you had a guy.
Yep.
And then the crazy part about it though is what's so funny to me, like I say, I get that the guys are going pro, but it's just so funny to me that the guy that is gonna be guaranteed or should be a first round pick in Shike Quarterman, he played. Then you got all of the rest of these jokers that ain't even ready for the NFL. They want to sit the game out, and like they just know that haven't done nothing all year. Pinckney, he want to get hurt every other game. You know,
right?
And you want to sit out like you just guaranteed, like you know you're gonna be drafted. Trajan Bandy, he just declared he going pro today. The cornerback number 2, he going pro. So, and he's definitely not ready. But I mean, like I say, I get it. But it's like the audacity of these guys to just think that they are that good, or they just think that they're just gonna get drafted. I'm like, man, wow.
Hey, those names that you just called would not be going in the 1st or 2nd round.
And I don't think so. I really don't. I mean, I thought that Trajan, even John Garvin, he declared to go pro. It's like, wow. So it's going to be plenty of opportunity for, and I'm glad that, and those the type of, we need those guys gone. We need those guys gone.
Yeah.
You know, I want to see.
Need that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
You don't need that.
You know, I seen Sam Brooks last night, the middle linebacker that started beside Shike Quarterman last night, and he didn't look bad last night, man. I just think that he need to put on a couple of more pounds, though. I think he's like 210 right now. He's definitely gonna have to get up somewhere around 225 or something. He was getting pushed around a little bit, but he led the team in tackles last night. He did real good, man. He was in there, man. He wasn't scared to stick his nose in there. He was taking on blockers. Mm-hmm. So, you know, that's what you want to see, man. You want to see that type of stuff.
Hey, and the guys that declared for the NFL could be the same guys who are actually tearing that locker room apart.
Could be. I mean, Jeff Thomas was suspended. You know, he was getting suspended this year doing games, and last year as well. You know, and like you say, it's Manny Diaz, man, because I honestly, much as I like Jeff Thomas as a talent, Jeff Thomas, he should have never been allowed to come back on that football team. You know.
I agree.
And
I agree.
You know, they brought him back on the team, and it starts with Manny Diaz. Like, what type of culture are you setting in the locker room? And it's definitely not discipline, because, you know, Scott Patchen announced today well, they're gonna allow number 71, our defensive end. They're gonna allow me to come back for a 6th season because he's been hurt his whole career at Miami. But he was the main one that led all of the defensive linemen and jumping off sides and all of those dumb penalties with hitting people laid out of bounds. So it's like, we don't need that to come back for what? For what? Give you a 6th season for what? You know, if anything, you should have been one of the captains that should have been trying to set the mark on showing the young guys what not to do. I mean, but I didn't see no discipline from him as a 5th-year player. So now they're giving him a 6th year. I'm like, man, get out of here, man. This is a joke. And I guarantee you, Manny Diaz is going to give him a position next year. Watch what I tell you now.
It's a possibility.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's a possibility because he doesn't have structure, and he puts your feet to the fire, and then he'll pull it back. Oh, okay, don't do it again.
Yep. He just like Willie Taggart over there at Florida State. That's why they fired him. And I wish that they would have got rid of doggone Manny Diaz too, because he needs to go. I mean, he just looked like he was lost over there on the sidelines last night. But you know, he got
I didn't watch it.
You say you didn't watch it?
Hey, after the first few series of the first quarter, oh man, I see where we're going with this. He's overthrowing receivers.
Oh man.
He's throwing the balls too short.
Yes.
Oh my God. I'm not watching this crap, man.
Yes.
You guys can have this.
Yes. And then
we shouldn't expect anything different.
We should. I was campaigning for Tate Martell to get in the game to see what he was going to do, and Tate Martell want to run around and he want to run to the left, run back to the right. He want to run out of bounds and lose yardage instead of throwing the ball away.
But that shows you he's not a quarterback. And he's not being developed.
Nope, at all. But that's what was supposed to be Dan Enos's specialty. He was a quarterback developer. Remember, he came from Alabama and he developed Tua and Jalen Hurts. Remember, so he was supposed to be this quarterback guru. And when we had poor quarterback play all year. We had to kind of go through 3 quarterbacks last night to find a rhythm, and we couldn't find no spark from none.
Hey, I did see on the highlights where Williams, he did try to run. And what was that play when he tried to ladder?
It was the last play of the half. We're just trying to throw a Hail Mary. It's supposed to have been a Hail Mary. But for some reason, he wanted to put on his Michael Vick skills and think that he could take off running. Non-athletic Jaron Williams took off running. Instead of giving our receivers a chance in the end zone, we already had done caught one Hail Mary early in the season. Not to say we would have caught that one, but hell, throw the ball up and give you guys a chance. He took off running. He took off running and got 10 yards down the field to see that, I don't have that. Then he turned around and just threw the ball back and lateral to nobody. Almost threw it to the opposing player. And then Dan Enos running behind him, screaming at him. It was like, man, both of them clowns, man. They was talking about last year. They were saying that he wanted to transfer. He was considering transferring at the beginning of the year last year. He should have. If you want to go, bye. Bye.
Yeah, I agree.
Get all 3 of them.
I agree with that.
All 3 of them, man. If they don't want to be there, man, let's start over fresh, man, and let's just try to see what these freshmen going to do. But again, it's a bigger problem than Dan Enos, man. Manny Diaz and Blake Baker has to go. They got to go.
They have no idea what's going on, how to run a program or how to recruit.
They don't.
Because we're already getting guys decommit.
They don't.
That's crazy.
Blake James, it ain't going to change until Blake James is gone because he buddy, with Manny Daddy. So, he's going to, of course, he's going to be not 50%, but he's going to be 100% behind Manny Diaz just for that reason. So, it's ridiculous, man. So, cuz, man, I appreciate the phone call, man, and we gonna stay, like you say, we're gonna stay on them. We're gonna stay on them.
Hey, like you say, they hear us.
They hear us.
Starting on Monday, they hear us. I guarantee starting on Monday, I'm gonna call the front office of Miami.
If you get the number, you text me, you send it to my email, you do something. Okay. You get me that number because I'm gonna be right behind you.
Hey, I'm gonna do it, cuz.
Most definitely, man. Well, cuz, I appreciate the phone call, and I'll be in touch, man. Thanks for the call, man. You always got a great take, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, no problem. Take care.
All right, you too, cuz.
All right,
Later. That was Danielle Carroll, man, with a great take, man, like always, man. So, like I told him, he could say he's calling the school. The doggone, we're gonna try to get this petition to get Manny Diaz and Blake James out of here. We got to get them out of here, y'all. We got to. Program ain't going nowhere. Program is not trending up. These are the two guys that are left. Edos is gone. Let's get these two clowns out of here, man, and let's just start over, man. And like I said before, man, former UM greats, stand up. Former UM greats, stand up, man. Y'all get back down there. Y'all force y'all way. Y'all set the. You guys, y'all are the trendsetters. Get back down there. Force your way back down there to let y'all come back down there and get this thing turned around and talk to these guys, man. So again, man. Live tonight, man. Disappointing loss. Mad as hell. Don't have nothing to look forward to next year. Still gonna be a fan, but like I said, I refuse to be a delusional fan. So we're gonna stay at them. Fire Manny Diaz, Blake James, we on your neck. So I'm gonna end this show. Y'all know how we do it. Y'all know how we start every show, and y'all know how we end every show. It ain't no me without you, baby. And I'm out.